Hi there, my name's Lisa.
And my name's Kevin. Welcome to English for Everyone, where we practice real-life American English. Today we're here at Ikea and we're going to learn some great vocabulary. So let's get started. Hey Lisa, your sweater's the same color as the couch.
That's right, my sweater is blue and the couch is blue.
So can I say your sweater combines with the couch?
No, we don't say it. We use the verb match.
Okay. Can I say your sweater matches with the couch?
No, it's not correct. We just say, my sweater matches the couch.
So no with?
No with.
Okay, so her sweater matches the couch. Let's practice. Does her sweater match the couch? That's right, her sweater matches the couch. Remember the pronunciation, matches. Her sweater matches the couch.
Good job.
Let's talk about this thing. What is this called? It's called a corkscrew. It's not a bottle opener, it's called a corkscrew because this is a cork. And you screw this thing into the cork to open the bottle. That's why it's called a corkscrew. This is a corkscrew. And this is a cork. Look, we found some more stuff. I found a bottle with a cork. That's right. Remember, this is a cork. And this is what is this? It's a beverage dispenser. This is a beverage dispenser, but what's important is this thing right here. This is called a spigot. You could call it a tap, but with this dispenser, I would call this a spigot. It's where you get the liquid from. It's where you get the drink from. This is a spigot. Pronunciation. Use the short I sound like this is. Spig. Spigot. And the next syllable is not stressed, so it's a schwa. Good. Spigot. This is a spigot. You turn the spigot to fill your glass. Or you can use the phrasal verb fill up. Fill up your glass. Look what else I found. I know in Spanish this is a molcajete. But is this the molcajete or is this the molcajete? I don't know. But in English it's different. In English it's a mortar and pestle. Now is this the mortar or is this the mortar? Is this the pestle or is this the pestle? I don't know. We just say it together. This is a mortar and pestle. Pronunciation, mortar. More plus the fast D, mortar. Mortar and pestle. The T is silent. Don't pronounce the T. Pestle. This is a mortar and pestle. And I don't know if this is the mortar or if this is the pestle. Let me know in the comments which one is which. We just say this is a mortar and pestle. And we use it to grind things. You can grind seeds, anything. You can grind things with a mortar and pestle.
Kevin, where are we today?
We're at Ikea today, and we're practicing with some useful kitchen vocabulary, verbs and phrasal verbs that go along with them.
Kevin, what are you doing?
I'm just playing on this computer here. Look, you can zoom in and you can zoom out. Remember the phrasal verbs. Zoom in, you get close, and zoom out. You get far away. Yeah, we have two phrasal verbs here. Zoom in to see more detail, to see it more closely. You zoom in, and you zoom out to see more of everything because you're far away. You zoom out.
Kevin, how do we pronounce zoom in?
Well, we see the verb zoom with a double O pronounced with the long oo sound like room and moon. Zoom. Zoom in and zoom out. Link the sounds. Zoom in, zoom out.
Kevin, what are you doing now?
I'm still playing on this computer here, but I'm doing something different. I'm scrolling down and I'm scrolling up. Phrasal verbs. Scroll up and scroll down. Again, let's scroll up. And now let's scroll down.
Kevin, how do you pronounce scroll?
Scroll. That's the verb. Scroll up, scroll down. They're phrasal verbs. Use the long O like old and cold. Scroll. You scroll up and you scroll down. With this, your mouse. See? Scroll up, scroll down. It's just that easy.
How do you pronounce mouse?
Mouse?
Yep.
It has the OU sound making ow, like house. And now, mouse. This is a mouse. Oh, there's another one. I have another mouse. So I have one mouse and two mice. That's right, they're called mice. It doesn't matter if they're real animals or if they are computer parts. They are called mice. These are two computer mice. Use a long I like nice and twice. These are computer mice. Ooh, look at this. Wow, this is really cool. It's like 3D.
What are you doing, Kevin?
I'm still playing on this computer. Look, you can zoom in, you can zoom out, you can change the different cabinets, you can plan your whole room. And you can do it all with this mouse. The mouse is on this. What is this called? This is called a mouse pad. This is a mouse pad. It's where you put the mouse.
Why do you need it?
It helps the mouse roll around smoothly. It's called a mouse pad.
How do you pronounce it?
Pad. We see the letter A between two consonants. It makes a short sound like black cat. Pad. This is a mouse pad. I like this mouse pad. What about this one? This is a mouse pad too, but it's old. It's falling apart. It's dirty. I don't like this mouse pad.
Why don't you like it?
Because it's old, and look, it's falling apart. Phrasal verb, fall apart. When something comes apart in pieces, we have the phrasal verb fall apart. I use the phrasal verb in a continuous form, falling. This mouse pad is falling apart. It's coming apart in pieces. This mouse pad is falling apart, and it's all dirty. I don't like that mouse pad. I like this mouse pad. It's new, and it's clean, and it's not falling apart.
Kevin, you look comfy.
Yeah, I found a sofa, but it's not a regular sofa. It's a sleeper sofa. That's what it's called. It's called a sleeper sofa. See the sign? It's called a sleeper sofa because it turns into a bed. You open up the couch, you open up the sofa. Remember, you can say couch and you can say sofa. They're the same thing. You open up the couch and the bed folds out. It folds out into a bed. That's why it's called a sleeper sofa.
Is it comfy?
Yeah, it's very comfy. And we use the phrasal verb fold out. The sofa or the couch folds out into a bed. That's a sleeper sofa.
Kevin, how do you pronounce fold out?
Fold out. Use the long O like old and cold, plus the dark L. Fold, old, cold. Fold out. Link the sounds. Fold out. This sofa folds out into a bed. It's a sleeper sofa.
Kevin, what did you find there?
I found this little old-timey alarm clock. This is an old style. This is an old school alarm clock. Let's talk about the hands. These are called hands. Can I turn the hands? Yes, I can. Oh, there we go. Look, see that little one? That's called the second hand because it marks the seconds on the clock. This is the second hand. Oh, I can turn both. The little one is called the hour hand because it indicates the hour. This is the hour hand, and this is the minute hand. The long hand is the minute hand. So if I turn it like this, what time is it? It's 3 o'clock because the hour hand is on the 3 and the minute hand is on the 12. That means it's 3 o'clock. It's 3 o'clock. We can see because the hour hand is on the 3, the minute hand is on the 12. Who cares about the second hand? I know it's 3 o'clock.
Kevin, can I say 3:30 o'clock?
No, you can't say 3:30 o'clock. Let's make it 3:30.
Why
there we
not?
go. That's 3:30, but you can't say 3:30 o'clock. O'clock is only when you have the double zero. 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. If it's anything else, you cannot say o'clock.
How do you pronounce alarm clock?
Alarm clock. This is an alarm clock. We see the word alarm has 2 syllables. The first one is relax, like cup and up, alarm. Put the stress on the second syllable, making the R sound like bar and car. Alarm. Alarm clock. Link the sounds. Alarm clock. This is an alarm clock. It's an old-fashioned alarm clock. Let's look at the back. Does it work? Oh no, it doesn't work. Why not? There are no batteries. There are no batteries in the alarm clock.
Kevin, how do you pronounce battery?
Battery. One battery, two batteries. It's a difficult pronunciation. We see the double T making a fast D sound. Batter, batter, batteries. Like water bottle. Make sure it's a fast D. Batter, batteries. Not a rolled R, not batter, batter, batteries. It's slower and clearer. Batter, batteries. Plus you have the R after it, which makes it especially difficult. Batteries. I need two batteries.
What kind of batteries do you need?
Oh, these are the small, thin batteries. They're long and skinny, and they're very skinny. They're the small ones. They're called AAA. I need two AAA batteries.
Where can I buy them?
Anywhere. Just make sure you don't get AA batteries. AA batteries are the ones that are a little fatter. They're about the same length, but they're a little thicker. The thicker ones are AA, and the thinner ones are AAA. I need two AAA batteries for this alarm clock.
Kevin, do you have an alarm clock?
I do now. It's in my hand.
Do you have one at home?
No, I don't. I use my phone.
Why do you use your phone?
Because I don't have an alarm clock.
Why do people need an alarm clock?
Well, it works better than your phone. This is a great present for me for Christmas.
What do people do with alarm clocks?
Well, first you set the alarm. You put the time in that you want to wake up. The verb is set. You set your alarm for the next morning. So the alarm will wake you up. And then the next morning you hear ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding. What's that verb? That's a phrasal verb. That's called go off. In the morning, when you hear the sound from your alarm clock, we use the phrasal verb go off. In the morning, your alarm clock goes off. Change the verb with the S because alarm clock is singular. Put the S there, pronounce it like a z, like zebra, goes. In the morning, your alarm goes off. And that's supposed to wake you up.
Kevin, what time does your alarm go off?
My alarm goes off at 8 o'clock in the morning. And then I hit snooze.
Why do you hit snooze?
I hit snooze to sleep for 10 more minutes. If I hit snooze, the alarm clock lets me sleep for 10 more minutes.
How many times do you hit snooze?
I hit snooze about 10 or 20 times.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, I like to sleep in the morning.
Hey Kevin, what do you have there?
I have a salt and pepper shaker.
And why do you need them?
To put salt and pepper on your food.
What about the verb season?
Sure, you can use the verb season. I season my food with salt and pepper.
So can I say pepper and salt?
No, you can't change the order. We have to say salt and pepper. Salt and pepper, not salt and pepper. Use the N sound. Salt and pepper, not pepper and salt. And the action? Shake. You shake the pepper, you shake the salt. That's why they're called shakers. This is a salt shaker and this is a pepper shaker.
What else do you have there?
Oh, I also have this. This is not a pepper shaker. This is a pepper mill.
How do we pronounce it?
Pepper mill. So, pepper, use the short S sound like head and red. Pepper. This is a pepper mill. Mill, use the short I sound like this is. Mill. Plus the dark L. This is a pepper mill. And you don't shake a pepper mill.
What do you do with it?
You grind. You grind the pepper with a pepper mill.
How do we pronounce grind?
Grind. Use the long I like find and mind. Grind. You grind the pepper with a pepper mill.
What about the past form?
Grind in the past? Sure. In the present, grind. In the past, ground. I ground the pepper with a pepper mill.
How do we pronounce it?
Ground. Use the ow sound like around and about. Ground. Ground is in the past. Yesterday, I ground pepper in my salad.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was good. I always grind pepper in my salad. What about you? Do you grind pepper in your salad? Very good.
Kevin, what are you doing?
I'm cooking invisible food here at Ikea.
What are you using?
I'm using a whisk. This is called a whisk.
How do we pronounce whisk?
Whisk. The H is silent, just use the W sound, whisk. Plus the short is sound like this is. Whisk. This is a whisk.
Why do you need the whisk?
I need the whisk to stir and to mix. Stir the food with a whisk.
How do we pronounce stir?
Stir. Use the closed sound like burger. You stir the food with a whisk.
What are you wearing?
I'm wearing a t-shirt.
No, what are you wearing on your hand?
Ah, I'm wearing an oven mitt. This is an oven mitt.
How do we pronounce oven mitt?
Oven. Use the closed sound like up and cut. Oven. Oven. This is an oven mitt.
Why do you need it?
I need an oven mitt so I don't burn my hand on the hot pan.
Is it a pan or a skillet?
This is a pan. I don't want to burn my hand on the pan, so I wear an oven mitt.
Are you cooking in the oven or on the stove?
I'm cooking on the stove, but we still call this an oven mitt.
Where's the oven?
The oven is down here. This is the stove, and this is the oven. So, I use my oven mitts to take hot things out of the oven. I take hot things out of the oven with my oven mitts so I don't burn my hands. Remember, you take things out of the oven. Out of. Pronunciation, out of. The T changes to a fast D. Out of, out of. I take hot things out of the oven with my oven mitts so I don't get burned.
Kevin, what do you have there?
This is a spatula. I have a spatula.
How do we pronounce spatula?
Spatula. Use the short ass sound like black cat, spa, plus the ch sound like chicken. That's right, the T is pronounced with the ch sound. Spatula. Then use the closed sound, like cup and up. Spatula. Not spatula, spatula. This is a spatula.
What do you do with a spatula?
Well, with a spatula, you can flip the food you're cooking. Flip.
How do we pronounce flip?
Flip. Use the short is sound like this is. Flip, flip. You flip the food you're cooking with a spatula.
What about the phrasal verb turn over?
That's right, you can use the phrasal verb turn over. You turn the food over. Or you can say turn over the food. But flip is easier. Let's use flip. It's the same thing and it's easier to use. So you flip the food you're cooking with a spatula.
What else do you have there?
Oh, I also have a ladle. This is a ladle.
How do we pronounce ladle?
Ladle. Use a long A sound like pay and say. Lay. Ladle. Use a fast D and a short sound O like in table. Ladle. Ladle. This is a ladle.
And what do you do with a ladle?
With a ladle, I can serve my soup. I made this wonderful soup. I serve the soup with a ladle.
Kevin, do you have a ladle at home?
Yeah, I have a ladle at home. I cook a lot of soup, so I need my ladle to serve my soup. Do you have a ladle at home? Very good. And do you make a lot of soup? Very good.
Kevin, what are you doing?
I'm rolling out some dough. I use the phrasal verb roll out. In a continuous form, I'm rolling out some dough. But remember, it's invisible dough. I'm rolling out invisible dough.
How do we pronounce roll out?
Roll out. Use a long O like no and go. Roll. Roll out. I'm rolling out some dough.
You're doing a good job
Thank
rolling
you.
out the dough. The invisible dough. And what do you have there?
Oh, this is a rolling pin. It's called a rolling pin. So same, roll with ing, rolling. This is a rolling pin.
How do we pronounce pin?
Pin. Use the short is sound like this is. Pin. This is a rolling pin. I'm using a rolling pin to roll out the dough.
Kevin, do you have a rolling pin at home?
No, I don't. I need a rolling pin
Why do you need a rolling pin?
to roll out the dough.
What's that?
This is a scraper. It's called a scraper
Why is it called a scraper?
because the verb is scrape. You scrape with a scraper.
How do we pronounce scraper?
Scraper. Use a long A like day and say. Scrape. Scraper. I scrape with a scraper. And I can use this scraper to transfer food from the cutting board to another container. That's why we use a scraper.
Is that a plate?
No, this is not a plate.
What is it called?
It's called a bowl.
How do we pronounce bowl?
Bowl. Use the long O, like no and go, plus the dark L. Bowl. Bowl. This is a bowl. I serve soup in a bowl.
I can't call it a plate, right?
No, you can't call it a plate. A plate is flat. This is not flat. Today we're going to learn some great vocabulary, so let's get started. First, this is a rug. This is a rug. But what if you have a small rug in front of your door by the entrance? That's not a rug, that's called a mat. It's called a doormat. That little piece of carpet or other material that's in front of your door for people to wipe their feet off on, for people to clean their shoes on, that's called a doormat. And this thing too, this is also a mat. This is called a placemat. You put your plate on it, it's called a placemat. This is a mat. This is a placemat. It goes on your dining room table, like this. Placemat.
How do you pronounce the word mat?
Mat. Use the short A sound like black cat. Mat. This is a placemat. It goes on your dining room table.
And what about the letter T?
The letter T at the end of the word mat is a stop T. We don't say mat. We stop the air. We don't release the sound. Mat. Mat. This is a placemat. It goes on your dining room table. Hey, what are those boots? Are those rubber boots?
Yeah, these are rubber boots, but they're also called rain boots. And you can also call them galoshes. Let's talk about the pronunciation. Ga, like up and cup, gala. It's an open sound, like stop and hot, galoshes. These are galoshes. I don't have any galoshes. Do you have any galoshes? Good job. So these are galoshes, or you can say these are rain boots, or these are rubber boots. And you wear them in the rain.
I own more pairs of galoshes than heels.
Put on your galoshes and your coat. It's cold out.
We need galoshes for winter.
Well, he could be in his room, jumping up and down on his bed, wearing a red hat and galoshes.
You can wear my rain boots, and my hat, and my scarf.
I was stepped on by rubber boots.
I'll have you know, I owned more rubber boots than heels.
Hey Kevin, what is that?
This?
Yep.
Ah, this is a trivet. Trivet. Use the short I like this is, and the V sound, triv. Trivet. It starts with TR, so we make the ch sound like chicken. Together with the R, ch, ch, chur. Trivet. This is a trivet. It's for putting hot pans on. And it's made of cork. Cork is the material it's made of. This trivet is made of cork. It's a cork trivet. Let me demonstrate. It's a hot pot, so you put it on the trivet. Because if you don't, it might burn the counter. So it protects the counter.
Oh, I see.
The trivet protects the counter. Like this.
This is the kitchen sink. And this kitchen doesn't have a dishwasher, but it has a dish rack. This is a dish rack. So at first, I wash the dishes by hand, and then I put the dishes on the rack, like this.
Why do you put the dishes on the dish rack?
I put the dishes on the dish rack to let them dry.
Oh, okay.
This is a rack too, but it's a special rack. It's a wine rack. So if you like wine, you might have a wine rack, and you can put wine bottles on the rack. This is a rack too, but it's not for your dishes. This rack is for clothes, and you can put this rack in your bathroom.
So what's it called?
It's called a drying rack.
Do you have a drying rack in your house?
No, I don't. But for example, if your towel is wet, you can hang your towel and you can let it dry on the drying rack.
Hey, look what I found. What's this called? Remember the question, what's this called? I cannot say how is it called. I need the question word what. What's this called? It's called an hourglass. An hourglass. Not a sand clock, it's called an hourglass. And you'll hear this word hourglass, for example, an hourglass figure. They say a woman has an hourglass figure. Does this look like a woman? Not really.
Life drifts away like grains of sand through an hourglass. Number 10 is the hourglass. But rib removal is actually a thing. It started in the Victorian era when women used to wear corsets to achieve an hourglass figure.
That brought about the padded shoulder look, creating a sharp hourglass figure.
Hey Lisa, where's your purse?
My purse is on the bed. Remember, if something is on the blanket, we say it's on the bed. My purse is on the bed. But if you are under the blanket, then you're in bed. And I'm gonna make this bed so no one will know that I was in bed.
Did you make the bed right?
I think so.
Here we have a toilet. Pronunciation, toilet. Let's talk about the different parts. This is a toilet lid, and this is a toilet seat. This toilet's not working because it's at Ikea. So, remember, in American English, we don't say, where's the toilet? I need to use the toilet. We say bathroom or restroom. Where's the restroom? I need to use the bathroom. Don't say, where's the toilet? Not in American English. So, this toilet, what is the action? The verb is flush. Flush the toilet. Sometimes my children don't remember to flush the toilet. So I always tell them, don't forget, flush the toilet. You need to flush the toilet. Really. So let's look at the difference between a trivet, remember, this is a trivet, and a coaster. Well, they're both circles. These are both made of cork. They don't have to be, but this is a cork trivet, and this is a cork coaster. This is a coaster, and this is a trivet. The trivet is for putting something hot on to protect your table or counter. And a coaster is to protect your table or counter from a cup. You put a cup on the coaster. So these are called coasters. Use the long O sound like no and go. Coasters. These are called coasters. They protect your table, and you put your cup or glass on the coaster.
A coaster, like a roller coaster?
That's different. It's the same word, coaster, like roller coaster, but that coaster is a completely different coaster. Now let's talk about roller coaster. Roller coaster comes from the verb coast. Coast is when you go with no force pushing you. Example, you're driving your car and you put it in neutral. You don't touch the gas. That's coasting. You're coasting because there's no force pushing you. And that's why we call roller coasters, because there's no force pushing them, it's gravity making the roller coaster go. That's why they're called roller coasters, because they coast. Hello, welcome to English for Everyone, where we practice real-life American English. Recently we made a video about this material. This is called wicker. This is a wicker basket. And people had questions about other words that were similar. So we're going to talk about those today. So this is wicker. And this is a candle. This is a candle. And this little thing here, that's called the wick. The candle has a wick. Every candle has a wick. Pronunciation, wick. Use the short is sound like this is. This is the wick of the candle. Wick. Not weak with a long E like green beans. I don't feel good, I feel weak. Weak is the opposite of strong. Week, like this week and next week. It has the same pronunciation as this week and next week. So that's week and this is wick. Different pronunciation. Use the short is sound like this is. This is a wick. And we have the word wicked. Wicked has the short is sound too, and we pronounce the ed like ed. Together, wicked. Wicked is the same as evil. It means very bad. Like a bad, evil witch. You can say, she's a wicked witch. Remember, this is wicker, and this is a wicker basket. And this is a wick. And wicked is the same as evil. It's very bad.
Hey Kevin, what are these?
These are jars. But they're not normal jars. They're not regular jars. These are special jars because they have this special seal, how you open and close them. These are called mason jars. People store food in mason jars. Pronunciation, jar. Use the j sound like juice and jump, and r like car and far. Together, jar. This is a jar. This is a mason jar. It's a special kind of jar. And what is this? This looks like a big jar, but it's not a jar. It's called a drink dispenser. And this thing, this is called a tap. It actually has two names. You can call it a tap or a spigot. So tap with a short A sound like apple and black cat, tap, and spigot. Spigot, use the short I sound like this is. This is also called a spigot.
Hey Kevin, what is this?
This is a pitcher. It's a glass pitcher. I say it's a glass pitcher because it's made of glass. It's made of glass. Use the preposition of. This pitcher is made of glass, so I call it a glass pitcher. I use it to serve drinks. I found another pitcher. It's not plastic, it's glass. This is a glass pitcher. Remember, pronunciation, pitcher, pitcher. Use the short I sound like this is, plus the ch sound for chicken. Pitcher. This is a glass pitcher. I found another pitcher, but this is made of metal. So this is a metal pitcher. Not a glass pitcher, this is a metal pitcher because it's made of metal. This is a metal pitcher.
What about that thing on the wall?
Oh yeah, this is a picture. It sounds like pitcher, but it's a little different. When I say picture, I have the k sound, but I don't release it. So it's a stop sound. I stop the air. I say picture. I make the position of the K, the k, but I don't release the k sound. I just make the position and I stop the air. This is a picture. So it's like you don't hear the k, but the position is there. Picture. These are pictures. There are a lot of pictures on the wall. So this is a picture and this is a pitcher. Close, but not exactly the same pronunciation. Picture, pitcher. Picture, pitcher. I love my kitchen because I have cabinets and they're very spacious. I love these spacious cabinets. Pronunciation, spacious. Use a long A like pay and say. Spacious. The C makes a sh sound like shoes and show. Spacious. Use a relaxed sound at the end. Spacious. I love my spacious cabinets. And I have these. A lot of these. What are these called? These are called drawers. The pronunciation is not like the spelling. Pronunciation, DR makes a J sound. J. Plus the R together, jr. Drawers. Or like door and floor. Drawer. One drawer, two drawers. I have a lot of drawers. And what do I keep in my drawers? What do I keep in this drawer? I keep silverware. I keep my silverware in the drawer. This is called silverware. Forks, knives. Where are my spoons? I don't know. But it's all called silverware. It's not countable. I cannot say one silverware and two silverwares, just silverware. So I keep my silverware in the drawer. Where do you keep your silverware? Very good. And what is this? This is a big island. But it's not an island in the ocean. It's an island in your kitchen. Remember, the S is silent. It's not Iceland, it's island. This is a big island. It's an island in your kitchen. It's extra counter space. And I made a friend here today. It looks like a hand puppet, but it's not a hand puppet. This is an oven mitt. It's an oven mitt. Remember, it's not a mitten, it's just a mitt. This is an oven mitt. It's for picking up hot pans so you don't burn your hands. This is an oven mitt.
Hey Kevin, what is this?
This is a dish rag. You can also call it a washcloth if it's in your bathroom to wash your body in the bathtub. That's a washcloth. But this is for dishes, so we say it's a dish rag. Pronunciation, rag. Use a short A sound like black cat. This is a dish rag for washing dishes.
So this is a rag. What about this?
Oh, that's a rug. Rug has a short sound like cup and up. This is a rug. Rug. And this is a rag. Rag. Rug. Hey, look what I found. What's this called? Remember the question, what's this called? I cannot say how is it called. I need the question word what. What's this called? It's called an hourglass. An hourglass. Not a sand clock, it's called an hourglass. And you'll hear this word hourglass, for example, an hourglass figure. They say a woman has an hourglass figure. Does this look like a woman? Not really.
Life drifts away like grains of sand through an hourglass.
Number 10 is the hourglass. But rib removal is actually a thing. It started in the Victorian era when women used to wear corsets to achieve an hourglass figure.
That brought about the padded shoulder look, creating a sharp hourglass figure.
Hello, welcome to English for Everyone, where we practice real-life American English. These are called crates. They're using the crates as bookshelves, but these things are called crates. You can also call them soap boxes, because a long time ago, they used these to carry soap. So you can call this a crate or a soapbox. And we have an expression in English, get off your soapbox. It means stop preaching to me. Because a long time ago, people used to stand on these and preach to people in the town square. In the center of town, they would preach and stand on these, and now we have the expression, get off your soapbox. And it means stop preaching to me.
Integrity.
Get off your soapbox, Lou!
Lou, it's a shower. We can take care of this.
You stand on your soapbox, judging everyone, so sure that they're judging you.
Can't you leave your soapbox at home just once? They're coming through.
What? Go take your soapbox somewhere else.
And I will now come down off my soapbox.
Thank you for watching, and if you want to learn English and practice speaking English, subscribe to our channel.
And if you want to become a member, click the join button. And we'll see you next time.
Bye!